test text hello, which running here. There is no error. Here you can see hello. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. So it's working, right?
Hold on.
So inside app.component.html, I have removed everything. Just removed everything. And just added one tag, div tag. You can put anything here.
Enter source app component HTML. Remove everything. Just div. Hello. Okay.
Why it is showing this hello.html? Let me explain. So when we do ng serve, then this command will get executed. Serve.
Yeah.
See. Yeah. So on ng serve, this command will get executed. What it will run? It will run main ts. So here it is mentioned. So see, on build internally it is running. So it's running this file main ts index.html, and internally it is creating this path where all TypeScript file will get converted to JS, and then it is serving on localhost. This one. Let me show you. Just right click on application where you are running application in browser. Right click and inspect. This will open this developer tool. Okay.
Yes.
Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you can see here is style inserted inside body. There are files like main.js, vendor.js, style.js, polyfills, runtime. All these are modules. So it will convert our all entire code and it will add inside these files. And here you can see is what Angular version you are running. So ng version is the current version you are running in, right? This one. So see, you are you guys seeing any TS file here? No, right?
No.
Only JS only. Okay. So here we are saying, just go to this main TS. In main TS, what we have written is platform browser dynamic bootstrap module. Which module? Start this module, app module. So when I clicking on this module, cursor will go here. See, app module. So we are saying in main.js, our bootstrap module will be app module, right? And in this module, we are saying app component is our bootstrap component, which will get rendered on first run. Here you can see bootstrap component. First of all, this module will get loaded, and from this module, app component will be bootstrap component, which will get executed first, very first, every time. We can change this, like if we want to change this module to another, we can change it from here only. Okay, are you guys with me?
Kind of.
Yeah. So first of all, it will run main.ts. In main.ts, we are saying run first module. which is app module. Here, inside app, everything is part of app module. And control will go here in app module. And here we are saying app component is a bootstrap component, means main component. Everything will be rendered here in app component only. Okay, let me show you how. So see, here is app root. Okay, app root, where it is picking from. Here we bootstrap component is app component. Okay, and here you can see this app root, right? This app root is selector, which is used here in index.js. See this one. So this is Angular syntax to add a component in HTML. So let me show you one example here. Let me create one component. So I'm creating component. You can create in app directory. Okay, app src app. I'm just creating one component. Ng g c. C stand for component. Ng generate component, and component name is header. Okay, you can try this command along with me. Are you guys with me?
Yes, can you explain the ngc header again?
Yeah. So ng is the Angular CLI. It's we are saying like, yeah, this is Angular command. CNG. Then generate short form G. Yeah. Then C stand for component, and then component name. And here you can see header component is created with folder.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And now, have you noticed this one more thing? Here component is created, and there is an update in app module TS. In main module, there is an update. What is the update? Let's see. So see, header component is created, and he has added in declaration. So this component is now part of this app module, correct? So whenever you are creating component, when you have to add in UI or module, it should be a part of one module. Otherwise, it will give us an error. Okay, let me comment out this. See, I'm not using that component, and if I use that app selector somewhere, see, this selector I'm using app header. Okay, so I'm just adding here in app component.html. Okay, see, so see what it is saying is app header is an Angular component, but verifies that part of module. It should be a part of module wherever we are using. Now we are trying to use in app module, right? App module, which has bootstrap module. Bootstrap component is app.component. We are trying to use, but it is saying it's not a part of module. So we will just add here, import here this component. See, error gone, right? So see how bootstrap app module is bootstrap. See, here is app component, bootstrap component. Here is selector, app root, right?
Yes.
Are you guys with me?
Yes.
See, yeah. So this is a bootstrap component of app module. So it is mentioned here, app root, right? Now we are trying to use this header component in our app.component. So now header component is child for app component, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we are saying here app header is a child of app component. So let's see in UI. See, it is saying header works. Whatever we have added in header component.html, it's a sample. There it is what added by default. So now let's investigate. See, structure. Let's say structure body, then app root, and inside that app header, right? So now app root component will be always root component for all other components. That is a bootstrap component, right? Now everything will be render or draw on HTML will be inside app root only. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you guys understood the flow how Angular when do NGs or how Angular applications start?
Yes. Can you repeat?
Yeah.
Can you repeat the flow of that main that? No, not
Yeah,
the main.
yeah. So here when do we do
that one.
Angular? This is starting point of our application, Angular JSON. Here we have configured everything. Output path. So when we are like we'll show this path later. But see here starting point. Every HTML like if we are developing Java application like Python, there is a starting point, right? So when we do like a Spring Boot application, there is a application controller like that. We have this main TS. It will and which get render inside HTML. So now when do Angular in Angular JSON, we do ng serve. This file will get executed. Then cursor go to main TS where we are saying here is a bootstrap module. Just start this module. Inside this module, go to this module file. See, there are declarations, import, provider, and bootstrap. Bootstrap component. Bootstrap. Each module will have like this is the main module of our Angular application. Will have only single bootstrap component. Okay, this one. Provider, inside provider we can add services like HTTP call. We are giving HTTP call at backend. Then we'll add in providers. Imports we will add modules. And in declaration we'll add pipes, components, directives. Import will import will import only modules. Inside declaration we'll add components, pipes, and directives. And in provider we'll add services. What service we are going to use. Okay. So we will discuss that later. So now this is the default bootstrap component. Inside that component we have added header component. Is it clear?
Yes.
As of now, are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. So now, let's take a look at one. Like I have to add something variables inside app.component.ts. So here we have title. I have declared like this is by default variable, which is added here, and it is string type string. So let me show you here. Hello. Instead of hello, we'll display this title. So we'll add interpolation, double curly bracket. Just add this title. Here you can see training app. So now we are displaying data. So this is one-way binding from component TS to HTML. We are showing variable, right? Are you guys with me?
You're just using that variable to display.
Yeah, I'm just displaying. So it's a one-way binding. So we are just binding this variable into HTML, right?
Yeah.
We
That's
getting
an
this.
interpolation, right?
Yeah, it's the interpolation, and which is used to implement one-way winding from
One-way binding.
component to HTML or template, like in JavaScript to HTML. Here from TS to HTML. So how it's work? How he knows like from where this title comes in, right? So here in app.component.ts we are saying this is my component.ts.
Mhm.
Will have this CSS. I will whatever CSS declared inside component.cs CSS will bind here. So this is template URL. This is my component. This is my HTML. This is CSS for this particular component app.component.ts. This is app component. We can say app component having HTML, CSS, and business logic in TypeScript. And we are
Have you used any that selector on the index main page or
this selector is used. So see in index.html, this app.html app.root selector is used.
Okay.
So by default it got added. We
Yeah.
have not added.
So the actual index file is this one, but your
Index file is this, and we are just using this app.root selector here, and everything will be rendered in index file only.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the called single page.
Yeah, this is a single page. So now everything will render inside this app.root, and everything will be here only.
Okay.
Whatever component we are creating, component so everything will be inside app-root selector only. App.component only.
We will provide here only the selector, right? That selector
Yeah.
stack.
Yeah. Now it will render inside this only. Here in between.
So, but it is done through the component file, right?
Yeah. So now app.root means what? This is a component. This one. This component. See here. And which is a bundle of HTML, CSS, and this TypeScript. These three files. Which is building this app.root component. And using this selector, we can use anywhere. Okay. So are you guys with me?
Yes.
As of now.
What main purpose for @component then? That's only.
That component is a decorator. Yeah, decorator, and which means it is saying that inside this bracket we are saying this is selector for this particular component. HTML template will be this, CSS will be this. Here you can see number of options are there. Animation we can create here, or we can create in separate file, export as host. There are number of options. See is template, style. So we will say this later. Okay.
Can you repeat once more again? I'm joining late.
Okay. So first of all, when we do ng serve, where we have to run ng serve where package JSON, Angular JSON is available in that directory, we have to do ng serve. Okay. So inside, now we are in training app directory. Here we Angular JSON, package JSON, package log JSON. These files are available. Go to that directory. I'm opening here. This is our directory. List the file. See, here is Angular JSON, package JSON. So do ng serve here. Okay. So I'm already running it. Okay. And now on ng serve, what it will do is it will go inside this Angular JSON. We'll see the configuration here. Starting file will be index.html. Everything will be rendered here, but starting file compilation start from here, main TS. Inside main TS, what we are saying is platform browser dynamic. We are developing application for browser only. So browser dynamic dot bootstrap. Start this module. Compile and start this module. Inside this module, what we are saying is here we in declaration we are adding components. If we have directives, pipes, we will add here. In imports, we'll add modules. In providers, we'll add services. In Bootstrap, here this is our Bootstrap component, Bootstrap module. Every Bootstrap module has only single Bootstrap component. Okay, so we have app component. In app component, what we have component is basically bundle of these three: HTML, CSS, and TypeScript itself. And we can use in other component using selector, just like Angular is creating by default like this: app.root, app-root. Okay. So now we have created one more component, which is header, and after created, we are just adding this component in declaration. Just import that component and just add in declaration. Now we are saying that we have one more component, header component, will be a part of this app.module TS or app module. Okay. And using selector, we are just displaying it. Okay. Are you with me as of now? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now
Um,
we are in the flow in app.component.
Can you open that app.module.ts file and
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
there the declarations ng module?
Yeah. This is the ng module. We are saying, yeah, this is the Angular module. We'll have declarations, imports, providers, bootstrap. Inside declaration.
Can you repeat that? What is the purpose of bootstrap then again and provider?
Bootstrap, yeah, this is our in main TS. What we are saying is in Bootstrap, just start this module. We are developing application, so here we are saying that platform browser dynamic. We are developing application for browser, so this is the syntax. We are saying this is application for browser, and just start this app module. Okay. And then inside app module, what we are saying is, this is the ng module, Angular module, right? And have declaration array, import array, provider array, bootstrap array. In bootstrap array, we are saying is, this is our bootstrap component. Now we have loaded module, but which component should be loaded for the first time? We are saying this is the app component should get loaded on first run. Okay, so on first run, it will run this app.component. And what app component doing is, in app component, we have nothing. Just this is the component having this HTML, component.html, component.css, and these three files. Means app component. And whatever test cases we are going to write will be here in a stake file. Okay.
That is the Jasmine test cases?
Yeah, Jasmine Karma, yeah. That is related to that. But as of now, we'll just focus on these three.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So with this is the app component. In app component, we have one variable. If I want to display that text inside app.component.html, just put it inside double curly bracket and that variable name. It will get displayed here in browser.
Okay.
See, training app. And we have added one more component here, which is app header, that is showing text from there. So for now, let's focus on this training app. Okay. So now, are you guys familiar with HTML?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's decorate this a little bit. I'm adding one title to it. Title class. I have added class property to div here, and I will write CSS for that. Dot title class. I have added class. Is the reason I have added dot here. That means class. Okay. Let's use some border, 1 pixel border solid. Right. Let's see. I've just added border to this div. Okay. So div's nature is it will be block scope. So it has taken our entire width of document, right? So now we don't have added any padding and margin, but still it is showing some margin here, so some space, right? So in global file style.css, we'll say HTML body for these two tags. Just margin, add margin 0, padding 0. Just save this. See now, there is no space around this text and this box. Earlier it was there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have removed them. So now let's take example of CSS. What is CSS? So CSS is used to decorate the HTML, right? So now we have this HTML tag div, and we'll decorate this. So we have added some style here, border. Click here on arrow, click on the element wherever we want to see the effect of CSS. So now see, class added is title, and at right side you can see title dot title, and this is
What is that ng content? Ng.
Yeah.
That's
so Angular is adding this content. So it's for security purpose Angular is adding, because yeah, so using JavaScript and using scripting, we cannot modify this just because of this ng content.
every tag and they.
Yeah, every tag will have this different number, so we cannot modify it using using JavaScript. We cannot identify which particular tag is that. Okay. So yeah, for security purpose, it has added. It is added here. But here, with coding, only Angular code is capable to change this content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the reason it got added here. So now we have added border. Somebody have idea on HTML CSS. Somebody might not have. So we'll
we can add margin, padding.
Yeah. So see, we have added 1 pixel border. So see, this is our content. Training.html. This is content.
Yeah.
And padding here we can see it's we'll add just
Build
padding.
here.
Padding 10 pixel. Let's see, 10 pixel. From content to border, this is padding. From content means our text, to border, up to border, not outside border, up to border, it's padding. Okay. And after border, that is margin. Okay. So let's add margin 15 px.
But
So
it is margin, border, and padding all are looking same.
Yeah. So let me explain. So see, margin is 15 pixel. Let's say in this box. Let me. So this is our content. Content means training app, right?
Margin always goes outside the border. If we do
Outside
not
the
have
border. Margin always yes. Margin will be outside the border.
No, if
and
we remove the border from here,
yeah, we can remove. So it will be see.
or even that.
Yeah, it was just showing border. It will be there, but with 0%. So it will not visible, but it will always there.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is content, and content, the space between content and border will be padding, and after border there is margin. Okay. So I have just added border here. Understand what is margin. Give me a second. Okay, are you guys with me? Are you guys understood what is like who knows margin padding or who don't have idea on margin padding? So this is there is one more thing, outline. So see what is outline. Outline will be after border. See, are you guys seeing? Let me remove border. See, it will be after border, immediate after border. There is outline blue. Let me make it 3 pixels, so it will be visible. See, this is outline. After border, there is outline.
But can you increase border also, like 3 pixels?
Yeah. Yeah. See. So this area will be padding, then border, then outline, then margin.
What was the outline that outline? Is
Outline is like this is the end of our HTML component. After outline means this like if I remove this border.
That also count as a
Yes.
border or
No. It means our HTML component ends here.
okay.
Yeah. Inside this blue border, there is a HTML component and border and everything.
Okay. Inside
That is boundary of-
outline that comes border and
Yeah, entire body of HTML component we can see. Yeah. Understood what is padding, margin, border, and outline.
yeah.
So now let me explain more about padding. So
left padding right.
let's talk about margin first. How margin works? 15 pixel. I have given 15 pixel. So now it will be from
Okay.
top, right, bottom, left. It will be 15 pixel only. Okay. So first will be top, then TPX, right. See, from right it is 15 pixel. So now I have added 15 and 50 pixel. So 15 now
That's coming left and right, right? So 50 pixels.
Yeah, I'm just explaining. 15 and 50 pixel means from top and bottom it will be 15 and from left and right it will be 50.
50, okay.
Yeah. So now I'm adding 40 pixel at bottom and 0 pixel at left. Now see.
Okay, that last one is left.
Yeah, last one is left. So from top it will be 15, from right it will be 50, from bottom it will be 40, and from left it will be 0.
Okay.
Same
Top,
for padding.
top first, right second, bottom third, and left.
It is clockwise. Top, right, bottom, left. For padding also same. 30. X,
That right.
bottom, X, X. See. So now from this content, it will be 10 from top. From right, it will be 30. From bottom, it will be 50. And from left, it will be 40.
On that space, we cannot write anything like that.
No, it will directly, it will. So if I add anything, so
No,
until
that's,
we
there is a
added-
gap, right, in the.
Yeah, it will
margin.
always create gap. Yeah.
We cannot add the content on that, right? On the-
No. This will be always this space will be there only.
Okay.
We have for that, like we have to add something after this. We have to add one more HTML component. We can write there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way, like, can we save the CSS from here? Like, if we save the CSS that we just changed and it will automatically get changed to our code? Can we do that?
Yeah. So
can
in
write it.
HTML, but better way to copy it from here and put it here.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we can add it, but we cannot give file access to browser.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That's only for temporary browser.
Yeah, temporary. We can see the how it's look like, and then we'll after a final change we can just copy from here and then paste it. Here we can add like in sources. We'll show that later. But yeah, let's do this. So, are you guys with me? Like, are you guys getting like what I'm explaining you about HTML and CSS?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is block scope component. So it is taking entire width. So let me remove this for now.
So CSS and HTML is good, but TypeScript is hard for to understand.
Okay. Yeah, if you are familiar with JavaScript, I think that will not big deal.
Can you take 1 or 2 class about TypeScript?
Yeah, we'll sure. We'll cover some TypeScript topic as well, along with this. Now see, I have just changed the tag name, but see the behavior.
We do not have the margin and margin. That's why it's connected.
No, exactly. So div is a block scope element.
Mhm.
That is why taking entire width, but span is inline element. So that is why it is taking width and height. How much?
That's per
As
department.
length of this content.
Okay.
Yeah, is the reason he has added border where content end. So this will be helpful when you are designing.
For the top, then if we need the additional content, then only we need to pass that the content inside the tag, not the right side, right? Then
Yeah.
for this yellow, we can add any more content right side.
Yes, we can add more content. But if I add padding to it, suppose adding image. So it will take
Ah,
that much width. Inside it will get render in front of after O it will get started, but the space after, before and below bottom it will be same. So let's add some space data to it. See how it's look like. If I add some, let me add some space. Like I have added break line. So see, wherever content end, it is adding border. When content start here, then end. See, right padding is not closed.
there
Right?
is open.
Yeah, it is open. It is open. It is open. Same thing will happen here. But the block will be only one, not multiple.
H-span is a line based, single
Yeah,
line.
it is, yes. So it's the inline element. That's why it is the box complete here. But here it will be render everything inside a block. Yeah, that is the main difference. Okay. So now here we can add some conditional like a ternary operator and all. Let me show you something here. Like ternary expression we can add. Okay. 0 equal to 0. Then that is fine. Here this using interpolation we can add arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction. It will get executed inside of it. So this is ternary operator. It is comparing 0 to 0. Yeah, it's equal to 0. It is printing hello. Otherwise, bye.
And only triple equal will compare that, or
It's
double equal?
comparing triple equal to, it means it is comparing data with data type.
With the type.
Yeah.
Double equal
It
Value.
is just checking values.
value.
So now like this string and number it will say, but here TypeScript is giving error because we cannot compile number and string.
Okay.
Yeah, compare this. But in JavaScript it is possible.
Yeah.
So let me show you here. We can run JavaScript here. So it will be say yeah, it's
Yeah.
equal to and hello. So this is a one-way binding using like you will on the basis of here, like if it is empty, we'll check title. If it is empty, view title, then show this, else, addition. On the basis of variable value, we can add expressions here. So this is one-way binding from component to HTML. Now,
We can put that the conditions on the tag using
yeah.
Uh,
Here we have added using directive we can add, but we can see that later.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, are you getting like how one-way binding is done using interpolation? Okay.
Yeah.
Using Directive also we can do like ng.
ng4.
Uh, so using like if we have data if. So whatever we have written like this here, we can write in condition like using ng if. Then if title.
In which situation we will use that the interpolations condition?
So whenever we want to display something, we are fetching data from backend, want to show on here and HTML.
But this ng if also will work for that, right?
Yeah. So now suppose we have title which it will come from backend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, title will be empty. From API call, we'll call here one function get data. Okay. This is the method. Here we will do HTTP call. After that, we'll say this dot title something value. On response will assign here some. Let's say hello. Then what? For the first time it will show nothing. Here, nothing. When data comes in, it will show this title here. It means it will check if it is empty. It will not render. But as soon as that response comes back in component after executing that function, it will render that title.
We need to call that functions then.
Yeah. So we have to call. We can give call here. Yeah, that's so it will be on like events, component events, life cycle events. So ng on
We need to constructor for this.
Constructor not required. Sorry.
Extend and implement.
So we'll call this function. Let's say set timeout after 3 seconds. 3 seconds. We'll add this. We'll call this function.
This.
Okay. So let's see what it is showing them. So it is blank. Now it is showing. After 3 seconds, it is showing. So as of now, are you guys with me?
This part, I'm a bit confused. So this calling part is I can understand, but why are you implementing on init? Like, is that a
Okay.
like build?
On init is the life cycle hook of a component.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
cover later.
Yeah, we'll cover that later. Yeah.
Okay.
So what on init what it is doing is when we do run Angular application and app component is called by default. So on init, first of all, constructor will get called. Then ng do check method will get called. Ng on changes will get called. Then ng init. Ng init means we have data available with us and just render first thing on template here in app.component. Data is ready to render in component HTML.
That's ng on init is called when the components loaded, or
Yeah. When components is loaded in the memory or in the browser, then lifecycle hooks start. Then one by one, we'll see that later. We'll explain how which uh, event like cycle hook will get called and all. Okay. So like, are you guys getting what I have explained as of now?
Yes.
Okay.
this is the way of single binding
Yeah,
from
single
component to
one-way binding.
browser,
It's a one-way binding.
and this is the conditions we can use that.
Yeah, whenever it is available, then render this one. Otherwise, it will not render.
Okay, got it.
So now, like every HTML component has its events. Like if we check in HTML input events. On input, whenever we are typing something on input, that event will get called. So let's stay here.
Yeah.
Typing it will get called. Every HTML element has their own input events. It's like button has click, input has on type, on blur, like that we have in HTML. Angular also providing events.
Angular itself have a different events, or the HTML?
Yeah. Similar to HTML only. Just syntax will be different. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me show you how. See here, ng blur, ng change, ng click.
Okay.
But in HTML it will be blur, change, click. That's all.
Yeah.
Here we have only prefix ng. And yeah. So here events. See. Here we can add custom events as well. See. Keyboard events. See, key down, then shift. There are like different ways. The syntax is different, and the events are same. See, so in HTML, how it is written is on input. It is written like this, but in Angular it will write like this, in rounded bracket click. But in plain HTML it will be like this one. Let's add one button here. This function. So this is the old way. So now it is doing same. So let's add some function. Check. So I have added this function. See, on like In traditional HTML, it will be like this: on click equal to check. But in Angular, it will be just in simple bracket click and then the event name or function name, whatever. So it's like the small change. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get one more function. So let's take one button. Then click. CMS. Then we'll call this get. We'll remove this. Get data will call on button click. So now there is nothing in template. Click on this. Yeah. Are you getting how I attach this event and how I am calling this function from TypeScript? Here you can see. When I click on this method will get executed and we are just adding title hello. Are you guys with me as of now?
Yeah. So just because of that double curly braces, what do you call that?
This one?
Yeah.
Interpolation.
Yeah, interpolation. Just because of that, it is not showing at the beginning, right?
Yeah, this is the directive. It is not showing beginning. We here it is checking if it is empty. Just don't show this div. Let me show you. Let me explain here.
That is a false conditions, and once we call this click function, then that will be true and then display.
Yes, correct. So, but in traditional HTML, it will be like we have to write huge code. So let's see. Here is a click button in DOM. See, there is nothing inside. Right, just button. Right. Here you can see bindings. Right. ng reflect, nge. But now it is empty. It is not changing anything. As soon as I click on this, it is rendering. Just it is adding this div in DOM. Otherwise, it is completely removed. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just not adding because of it's empty.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah. It is empty, and when we are clicking on it, then we are adding text to it. Until unless we click on that, it will not there in DOM at all. So, are you guys with me as of now? Whatever we have explained.
Yes, kind of.
Is there any doubts?
No, we just need to practice a little bit.
Yeah. So let's understand HTML events and just read about HTML events and Angular events. So it will be pretty similar, just syntax change, but it will get it will gives you a better idea about what events and when those will get called. Okay. So I think let's read about it, and if anything, we can discuss it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a click,
And-
mouse over, mouse down, key off. That's all kind of events, right?
Yeah, correct. Here I'll show you here. So this about animated, play before, blur, cancel, can play, close, context menu, cut, double click,
So
drag,
that's a
drop.
lot of events. Okay.
There are number of. Just read about it when we should use which events. That's all about. Load, message, mouse related events are there. On load events are there.
Yeah.
Click related are there. That there are many. just read about it.
Can you send this code to us?
Code. Okay, we'll create a one Git repo and we'll share a repo link.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that's all for the day. We will discuss tomorrow another topic.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to go.